Chapter 3. The Keys to Your Niche Market. Now that we've had our starry-eyed idealism and brainstormed our niche market, it's time to dig in and do some grunt labor. We want to make sure that your website is the one getting the hits. Research will be your friend. One caveat: the process of good SEO, that's search engine optimization, applies here as well as for any other online pursuit. But there is less science to it than most people seem to think. The very, very best way to get hits for your topic is to, let's have a drum roll here, make it a good website. Fill it with great content. Set it up so that the niche market you are targeting will think of your space on the web as their home. Use the tools of the social web, and you cannot go wrong. Good keyword targeting will help you, but too many experts out there start composing derived equations and formulas and make it more scientific than it needs to be. An old saying goes, measure with a micrometer, mark with chalk, and then cut with an axe. By all means, dump a keyword or two into your site's content. Do not waste time agonizing over whether your number 6th most popular keyword phrase has a density of 4.7891% or a density of 4.788%. You will get far farther in life by creating a site for people with a nod to search engine tactics than you will by building exclusively by the SEO book and neglecting people. Remember rule number 4 from the last chapter. Today's web-savvy 21st century audience will spot a phony site from a mile away. And even if the search engine landed them to that page first, if they see nothing but keyword soup, they'll leave immediately. And getting 50,000 hits per day when each visitor stays for a maximum of 2.5 seconds is just as bad as getting no hits at all. Another problem with SEO science is that search engines resent being gamed. Google, especially, will change its whole algorithm several times over the years. And there goes your precise formulas. Too much gaming may even get you blocked or banned. So with that thought firmly in mind, let's put on our Sherlock hat and become the market detective. See it as kind of a role-playing game, where you'll be like a detective looking for clues. For the sake of having a concrete example, let's pick some niche interest at random. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Star Trek. We'll pursue the Trekkie market here. Note that Star Trek is such a popular phenomena that it doesn't really qualify as much of a niche market, but it will be handy for an example. Our first job is to find out everything associated with our topic. This will require some reading and the usage of some quick tools. First, the quick, fun tools part. If you don't have it already, create a special folder called SEO in your bookmark system for whatever browser you use. Bookmark these tools: www.nichebotclassic.com and inventory.overture.com. These are keyword suggesters. Enter your target topic to get common phrases and keywords related to that topic. Just running the name Star Trek through each of these gives me a list of phrases, which I can then save to a file. What you do with that data is up to you. You'll have to use whatever data crunching method you like for your platform. I'm a hardcore Unix geek, so I'm more likely to write a Perl script and other geeky stuff. You can use a spreadsheet program, an online data tool, download or purchase an SEO analysis database, or what have you, or just use your eyeballs. We won't have that much data to go through. A simple text file in Windows Notepad to take notes will also suffice. Remember that some of the greatest detectives in the world use nothing but a simple pen and paper. For my part, I just copy and pasted the results of the keyword finders into a text file and ran a bunch of text filters on them to do things like screen out the phrase Star Trek and alphabetize and other things. Here's the list so far. 11, 360 Box Legacy X, Animated, Armada, Armada 2, Art, Assault Star Tactical Trek, Babes. For the complete list, please see the book. Now, obviously, we're going to have to throw out a lot of garbage data. And we have to know what's garbage and what isn't. This goes back to our point in the last chapter about picking a niche with which you are familiar. If you'd never heard of Star Trek, you'd have no way of knowing what 11 and XI, and that they both refer to movie sequels. Sex and nude are people looking for porn with a Star Trek theme, and in fact, Star Trek is a pretty prudish show. Then there's jargon. TNG stands for The Next Generation, Picard's Enterprise, as opposed to Kirk's. Bones is actually the character Bones McCoy from the original cast, and not a skeleton reference. That's nice for me, since I know my subject pretty well already, but to really put results into context when we don't have much starting knowledge, we'll have to do some research. Now for some web research. Google is great. All hail the mighty Google. But here are some sites that will be even better for niche research. Wikipedia, the free online encyclopedia. Ignore it at your peril. Wikipedia has become one of the best sites for information around, while academic circles might disparage it because it's free to the public. Its community is mostly self-policing, and Wiki is at least as heavy an authority as you'll find anywhere else on the web. Clusty at clusty.com, Dogpile, www.dogpile.com. Both of these are meta search engines, which scrape other web searches such as MSN and Yahoo, as well as Google. Remember that one search engine will find what another neglects. Everything2, that's everything and then the number 2.com. Never heard of it? Well, you'll thank me for the tip. Everything2 is kind of halfway between another online encyclopedia and a community blog where writers practice their craft and rank each other on how well they write. The results is a potpourri of background and color information. It is a treasury of quirky niche topics. When I can't find it anywhere else, I find it at Everything2. For instance, just from typing Star Wars into Everything2's search engine, I not only got the main Star Trek node, but links to the following other nodes at the bottom: the Star Trek Project, Star Trek The Next Generation, Q, Star Trek Exotic Fan Fiction Cliches, Star Trek Insurrection, Technology that gets lost between now and Star Trek. You get the idea. Squido, that's spelled SQUIDO.com. The Straight Dope, that's just straightdope.com. EzineArticles.com. Some extra hotspots for out-of-the-way research. Squido is another community-based article site which groups links and articles with lenses that focus on a given topic. The Straight Dope is Cecil Adams's popular newspaper column delivered online with a searchable archive of unusual content. Ezine Articles is huge searchable archives of free articles, one of the better out of many. Like I said, Google is great, but when you really want to dig deep into a niche, you want to search the deep web. While Star Trek might be well known to Google, were my niche topic something really esoteric, I might find nothing on Google at all. One more thing, if you use either Internet Explorer or Firefox, there is a research tool called StumbleUpon, www.stumbleupon.com, which you can install on your browser. This is a gem. Imagine if you could take Google's search results and submit it to a panel of experts who screened out the worthless sites and handed you back the highest quality links. And then search it just like you search Google. That's essentially what StumbleUpon does. It's indispensable. Getting a handle on the data. Now that we've read up and applied some research, we have a better grasp of how to use those keywords. For example, here's a partial list of the Star Trek terms sorted into categories: series and movies, animated cartoons, Deep Space Nine, etc. Franchise products, this would include 360, Xbox, art, babes, cookbooks, video games, etc. And then associated terms, this would include like Armada, Bones, Borg, Captain Picard, that kind of thing. Now, series and movies applies only because our niche topic is a fiction genre. Franchise products will be the things that give us ideas for either products we can offer or products for which we can advertise. Associated terms can be lumped in with series and movies in general categories of things we should put in our content if we make a page about Star Trek. But we'll also separate them because people will search for a DVD box set of Star Trek Voyager, but maybe only desktop wallpaper of the Borg. With nothing more than a few hours of web study, we already have dozens of strategies suggesting themselves. You could do a blog about Star Trek, follow conventions and list schedules, critique the series, publish movie reviews, post pictures of the popular characters, print up t-shirts, calendars, and patches, put up banner ads from Amazon.com selling the films and books, publish biographies of the cast and writers, make interactive toys such as JavaScript trivia quiz or a Say It Bones Flash application where a picture of Bones McCoy has a speech balloon saying whatever the visitors type in. Conclusion. This example has only been useful in illustrating the steps to researching a niche market. But even at that, it came through pretty handy. You can apply these same methods to whatever your niche topic might be. Dig up keywords, sort them, scour the internet for information to add relevance to the keywords, and do some preliminary sorting. And just like that, the first gleam of a business model will present itself. And if you dive ahead into the next chapter, you'll be just in time to catch us translating that business model into a potential for profit.